Welcome to Dungeon Diving. Today, I will be showing you things I found interesting in this chalice. Each layer is not presented in order or its entirety. This way, there is still plenty to see if you dive in yourself. This chalice glyph is Z, T, Q, D, K, Y, 2H. It is a Tumeral, Ihil, or Ihil, I'm not sure which, dungeon, and was first created by Pat. I found this dungeon very interesting, and I hope you do too. Let the exploration begin. This is part of the pre-layer side area of Layer 1. Don't mind the little menu flub there. Ooh, some shining coins. Those will come in handy when I wake up. I have a tough time with these big guys when I get greedy, but they always come down eventually. The chest normally contains a lost Chikage, but since I went through this dungeon once before, it is replaced with a Great One's wisdom. Score. This dungeon as a whole contains a lot of Ritual Blood 5 and Tomb Mold 5. I maxed out on blood vials and quicksilver bullets before this. This room really piqued my interest when I first came across it. I have never seen a treasure room of this exact shape, filled with so many statues and other miscellaneous items, without a single treasure chest, item, or enemy. Let's take a quick walk through to see its entirety. The rest of this floor is nothing special, but here's a look at who is guarding the lever, so you know what you're in store for. The Layer 1 boss is a beast-possessed soul. Let's cut out a death or two here. I decided I would take the easy route and just finish him off with a single gunshot. Man, is that satisfying. And now we move on to Layer 2. let's pretend you didn't see that. It's always tough dealing with two of these hags in close proximity. Thankfully, you can get the drop on them. I am always surprised when I come across these guys. They catch me off guard by the fact that their shield actually works in Bloodborne. Elsewhere in this lair, we go through this door to find a crossroads of sorts. I went through this room more than once while exploring this dungeon. I'm not sure what I was standing on here, but I'd hoped to drop down and get a visceral. That didn't really work out for me. As you can see, there is even more Ritual Blood 5. This stuff is everywhere in this chalice. Here is something I haven't seen before. One of these guys with a crossbow. The chest he's guarding contains the Lost Blades of Mercy. Nice find. This room caught me off guard. Some of the traps are partially hidden in the walls, and there is a hole in the middle of the floor that I neglected to show. Son of a bitch. The boss here is a keeper of the old lords. I decided to trim his hedges. I haven't seen this before, so I thought it would be fun to show off. Looks like he's going to have a tough time getting me now. Layer 3 starts us off with another elevator, but instead we have two of our little gargoyle buddies to start us off. Through this door, we find ourselves with a little bit of a surprise. Be sure to look up when you're inside a chalice dungeon. This room contains some numbing mist as well. You'll find it in one or two other places in this lair. This dungeon also has something I didn't think existed in Bloodborne. I smacked this wall out of instinct, and lo and behold, it is an illusory wall. There was just ritual materials behind it. Here we have more Ritual Blood 5 and my most hated enemy type. Luckily, he didn't get to suck my brains, but he can definitely suck my dick. I thought you all might like to see me panic rolling and struggling to deal with a mob of rats. I was not ready for this. But what does lie in this room is quite a surprise. Surprise! A Great One Cold Blood. I've never seen this before, so it was a delight to find this one. Be sure to take care of Gregamink off in the side here. You don't want him sneaking up. In here, we find something else special. A second Great One Cold Blood. Double score. In here, we have another treasure room. I decided to trim some more hedges in here quick. This room contains more of the usual for this lair. Ritual Blood and Tomb Mold 5. But the chest at the end contains something different. That's right, it contains the level 3 Clockwork Metamorphosis rune. Nice. Later on in this lair, I found one really enthusiastic old hag. I love pulling little sneaky moves like this on enemies that really should have seen me. The boss of this lair is a watchdog of the Old Lords in a room that I haven't seen before. I struggle to solo the watchdog, so I summoned a little help. Say hi to Evelyn. This boss isn't anything special for most of you, so let's cut out the majority of the fight. And with that, the watchdog is dead. Thanks a lot for the help, Evelyn. I couldn't have done it alone. Let's end this off with a good look at the room. I haven't seen this layout before, so I was fascinated, and the pillars really did a good job of keeping distance between me and the boss when I needed that distance. Thank you for joining me on this dive. I really enjoyed some of the unusual layouts of this chalice. If you have any chalices you would like to see me explore, any questions, or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. I hope to see you all again soon, and in the meantime, remember, fear the old blood. By the gods, fear it.